Defamation lawsuits filed by Law and Home Affairs Minister K. Shanmugam and Manpower Minister Tan C. Leng against the online citizen chief editor Shi Yuanchen, better known as Terry Shi, remain at a complete standstill as the ministers have yet to serve him with the writs of summons. While case conferences, where the court sets timelines and directions for proceedings, have been scheduled for 1st April 2025, the minister's failure to serve Shi means that no legal proceedings have formally commenced against him. Shi, who is currently based in Taiwan, has not received any legal documents from the ministers or their legal representatives. Without service of the writs, the case cannot move forward in any meaningful legal sense. Shanmugam and Tan filed their defamation claims against Shi on 6 January 2025, following the republication of a Bloomberg article originally published on 12 December 2024. The article scrutinized transactions in Singapore's good-class bungalow market, raising concerns about transparency in property purchases involving the use of trusts. On 16 December, the ministers publicly announced their intention to initiate legal action against individuals and outlets that had reproduced or linked to the Bloomberg piece. 3 days later, on 19 December, Bloomberg, The Edge Singapore, and The Online Citizen were issued letters of demand, requiring them to remove the article and issue formal apologies by 24 December 2024. Shi issued a public statement on 25 December 2024, declining to apologize or take down TOC's articles. He revealed that he had provided the ministers with a service address in Taiwan. Court records dated 26 March 2025 show that the ministers are represented by Davinder Singh Chambers, with Davinder Singh and David Fong listed on the case. Shi remains unrepresented in Singapore courts. The legal action stems from reports that republished a Bloomberg article published on 12 December 2024, which scrutinized transactions in Singapore's good-class bungalow market. The article raised concerns about transparency in property transactions involving trusts. On 16 December 2024, the ministers announced legal proceedings against those who had reproduced the Bloomberg report. 3 days later, on 19 December, Bloomberg, The Edge Singapore, and TOC were issued letters of demand, requiring them to remove the article and issue apologies by 24 December. On 23 December 2024, Singapore's Protection from Online Falsehoods and Manipulation Act Office, under the instruction of Edwin Tong, Minister for Culture, Community and Youth and Second Minister for Law, issued correction directions to Bloomberg, The Edge Singapore and TOC. All three platforms complied by appending the required correction notices. However, the responses varied. The Edge Singapore complied fully with the ministers' demands, issuing an apology and removing its article by 24 December. Bloomberg, on the other hand, did not remove its article or issue an apology. Instead, it included a statement below the POFMA correction notice, asserting that it stood by its reporting. The ministers had demanded that the involved parties declare the articles to be false and completely without foundation, a claim that Bloomberg refused to endorse. Meanwhile, Shi issued a public statement on 25 December 2024, declining to apologize or take down TOC's articles. He revealed that he had provided the ministers with a service address in Taiwan. This has raised potential complications for the case, as the legal proceedings may face delays if the ministers do not obtain the necessary permissions to serve the writs overseas. Both Bloomberg and TOC's articles scrutinized transactions in Singapore's good-class bungalow market, highlighting concerns over transparency. The articles reported that some GCB transactions were conducted using trusts, which do not disclose the ultimate beneficiaries in public records accessible through the Singapore Land Authority. Bloomberg has highlighted major property transactions involving two Singapore ministers in 2023. Minister K. Shanmugam sold a good-class bungalow in Queen Astrid Park for 88 million Singapore dollars, while Minister Tan acquired a GCB in Brizay Park for 27.3 million Singapore dollars. These transactions have drawn attention amid ongoing discussions on property ownership among public officials. The ministers have not denied the property transactions but, in their letters of demand, asserted that the articles falsely implied they had exploited legal mechanisms for privacy to evade scrutiny and had acted improperly by engaging in an opaque system lacking safeguards or disclosure requirements. The Singapore government has defended the use of trusts in GCB transactions, stating that it knows the identities of the ultimate beneficiaries even when trusts are used, and that there was no lack of transparency in GCB transactions.